Have you ever felt like giving up? Like your prayers are going unanswered, and the weight of life is just too much to carry? If you're going through a season of pain, doubt, or silence from God, this message is for you. Because even in the hardest moments, when nothing makes sense and the struggle feels endless, God is still with you. He sees your tears. He hears your prayers. And He hasn't forgotten you. Today, He wants to remind you of something powerful: keep the faith. Not because everything is perfect, but because He is. So take a moment, breathe deeply, and open your heart. This is God's message for you today. Sometimes, faith doesn't feel strong. Sometimes, it feels like all you can do is whisper a prayer into the darkness and hope someone is listening. There are moments when you do everything right: you pray, you wait, you trust, but still, life feels like it's falling apart. The answers don't come. The pain doesn't lift. The healing doesn't arrive. And in those moments, doubt creeps in. You start to wonder, is God even there? You question if He hears you, if He cares, or if your faith is just wishful thinking. If that's where you are today, know this: you are not alone. Even the greatest men and women of faith went through seasons of silence, confusion, and pain. Think about Job. He lost everything, sat in ashes, and cried out to God in agony. Think about David. He was anointed king, then spent years running from Saul, hiding in caves, crying out, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me?" Think about Jesus Himself. In the Garden of Gethsemane, in deep anguish, He prayed, "Father, if it is possible, take this cup from me." Faith is not the absence of struggle. Faith is what holds you up in the struggle. It's not always loud and confident. Sometimes, faith is just choosing to keep going when everything in you wants to stop. God never promised that life would be easy. He never said we wouldn't face storms, valleys, or broken seasons. But He did promise that we wouldn't go through them alone. Here's what He says in Isaiah chapter 43, verse 2. "When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze." You see, God doesn't abandon us in the fire, He joins us in it. He doesn't wait for us to be perfect before He shows up. He meets us in our weakness. And even when you can't feel Him, He's working behind the scenes, writing a story that's bigger than the pain you're in. So if your heart is tired, if your prayers feel empty, if your faith feels small, that's okay. God doesn't need your perfection. He honors your persistence. He's not asking you to carry the world, He's just asking you to trust that He's still holding you. You may not see it right now, but your faith, no matter how small, matters more than you think. When you choose to trust God in the dark, that's when your faith is at its strongest. Not when everything is going well. Not when the blessings are pouring in. But when nothing makes sense, and you still whisper, "I believe." That kind of faith moves the heart of God. Jesus once said, "If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move,' and it will move." He wasn't talking about perfect faith. He was talking about persistent faith. The kind of faith that says, "Lord, I don't understand, but I still trust you." You don't need to pretend to be okay. You don't need to have all the answers or feel strong all the time. Sometimes, just getting out of bed and choosing to pray again is a powerful act of faith. God sees every tear you cry. He knows the battles no one else sees. And He treasures the moments when you keep walking, even with a limp. Faith is a journey. It grows in the waiting. It deepens in the struggle. And it shines the brightest in the darkness. Look at the story of Abraham. He waited years, decades, for God's promise to be fulfilled. There were moments of doubt, even failure. But God still called him the father of faith. Why? Because he didn't give up. He kept going. He kept trusting. And in the end, God was faithful, just as he always is. Your story is still being written. This chapter may be filled with pain, but it is not the end. God is the author, and he has not stopped writing. So don't give up. Don't let silence make you believe God is absent. Don't let the delay make you believe he's denied you. His timing is perfect. His promises are true. And his love for you never fails. Even now, he's working. Even now, he's strengthening your heart. Even now, he's drawing you closer. You may feel broken, but you are not abandoned. You may feel lost, but God knows exactly where you are. And if you keep walking, step by step, even when it's hard, you will see his goodness. God's message for you today is simple. Keep the faith. Even when it hurts. Even when it's quiet. Even when you're tired. Because your faith is not in an outcome, it's in a God who never changes. Let's pause and reflect on a powerful promise from Scripture. This verse comes from the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial. Because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. This verse reminds us that there is purpose in the pain. Every trial, every tear, every moment of perseverance, it's not wasted. God sees it all. And he honors the faith of those who endure. You may feel like you're just surviving right now. But in God's eyes, you are standing strong. You are walking through the fire with your eyes still lifted toward him. And that matters more than you know. The crown of life isn't just a reward for someday, it's a reminder today. A reminder that God is with you. That your faith has value. And that your struggle will not end in defeat. So hold on. Let this verse speak to your heart. You are blessed. Not because life is easy, but because you keep going, and God walks with you every step of the way. If today's message spoke to your heart, know this: God is closer than you think. Your faith, no matter how weak it feels, is enough. Keep holding on. He's not finished with your story, and the breakthrough you've been praying for might be closer than you know. Take a deep breath and let his peace fill you. You are seen. You are loved. And you are never alone. If this message encouraged you, share it with someone who needs hope today. And don't forget to subscribe for more messages like this one. God's message for you today is clear. Keep the faith. Even when it's hard.